Hope it was Power here with the page through on Super Junior-D&E's the fourth mini special album, Bad Liar. So yeah, this is my first D&E album because I didn't obviously because I wasn't really told much of Super Junior after 2012. I think I think knowing that D&E actually became a subunit was one of the last few things, but that was in 2012 when they actually had a Japanese debut. So I knew about that, but I didn't know until like recently that they actually had like an actual unit debut and such. So I was like, oh shoot. Like, how much of this am I missing out on? And such, because technically, like, D&E is technically the only active subunit within Super Junior that isn't Cry, which I was also surprised that Cry didn't even get a Korean album until like last year. I'm like, what? How, like, I understand they only do like OSTs, and I guess that technically can't be within Superstar. But I'm just like, wow. So, also, it's just because, you know, I haven't really been getting a lot of Super Junior albums. And essentially, I got this because, at the time, D&E were having, or, they're having their 10th anniversary comeback with Countdown. And technically, I should have pre-ordered that. However, I was just like, I didn't really look into it that much just because I prefer to look into comebacks blind. So I was just like, if I had to get one D&E album, I might as well just get Bad Liar because it's just a repackage of the fourth mini album, this is the first album I've heard of repackaging a mini album, which I find to be weird because it's called a mini album for a reason, but anyways, I was not expecting it to be this huge. So I think this is where the Resistance took a cue from. So that's interesting. And obviously because this is a repackage, it's luckily just the one version, so I'm glad about that. um Again, I don't really know what's contained within this, with like photo wise, because I don't look that much into it. Just because, again, I want to go in blind, but at the same time, I want to be able to actually open this without pulling the cloud. I also apologize for my setup. I don't know what's been going on with it. Like, I don't know why it's been coming so uneven. Man, it's just like the Resistance. It's all matte and such. I love it. Man, this is nice. So I wonder if the contents are in the back then, but again, you still cannot see the track list, but essentially No Love and What Is Your Name are the only two additional tracks. When you think about, technically No Love is the only new song because they performed this within Super Show. It's hilarious. So, oh no, I already got oil. So let's just start this. So, okay, I guess we're already getting an inclusion. What is this? Oh wow. Okay, so here's Donghae. So I guess this is an inclusion already. So that's interesting. I think I already said that already, but this is neat. It looks very 3D. I thought it was a standee, but I guess it's just a file. This has a, oh wow. Okay, this is a slip cover. You gotta be kidding me. Is this randomized too? You gotta be kidding me. Here's Donghae again. You gotta be kidding me. The covers are random too? Oh my gosh. They know how to get you. So here's the two of them. I don't know where the inclusions are, so again, okay, wait, so what page is this? Let me, I think I already spoiled it for myself, whoops. Okay, we're on that picture. Okay. So I apologize if I'm not showing the entirety of this, especially because it's really hard to frame stuff like this. I wish I had an over-the-head shot, but that's kind of hard to rig. So I obviously, because I wasn't here for when this was actually happening, so I don't know the exact details of like essentially like what was the point behind doing a repackage on a mini album they released like 4 weeks beforehand. Because this is does he have a mullet? Oh gosh. Like, this is like the quickest turnaround of a repackage I've seen out of SM, of just occurring within the same month. Because like for most of the time, SM handles repackages like a month after, like a month or two after, but this repackage was so quick. Which is why I was like confused when I initially saw the dates, because I was like, wait, what? I like how the lyrics for No Love are just repeated over. I like I really do like that song. Like, yeah, it's like, yeah, no duh, it's the reason why I got this. And it's like, even though I made it very clear, like, oh yeah, didn't you clearly say he chose your favorite member? Then why did you get this? And it's kind of like, because I feel obligated to support anything Super Junior. So, because, it's like, I've been with them for like all these years, since at least I want to say like late 2007. So, or maybe early 2008. I really don't know anymore. So, like, they were the first group ever that got me into K-pop. So I feel dedicated to like actually try to like get whatever I can out of them, which is why I'm like, why the heck am I focusing on like these other groups? I really need to start collecting Super Junior, but then it's like, oh, but you don't have the space for it though, and it's like, I can find something. But I guess back to like this thing, I think this was technically released because of, as a prelude to like, because this is like a special album because this was, I think, supposed to go alongside Super Junior's 15th anniversary. Because then obviously after two months after, they put out the melody as a pre-single. Oh wow, the page texture becomes different. I like it when they do that to emphasize. It's like, oh yeah, look, we're changing like what we're focusing on now and such. Honestly, I'm just glad to actually finally get another Super Junior album. It's a subunit, but like I don't care, or I don't mind. I just want more Super Junior. I've been drowning myself with EXO. I'm like, I should really pick up. I I really need to catch up on Super Junior, and I really want to start getting. I want to get Chinese albums from this year because I just feel obligated to. That's how I feel essentially with this year. It's like with like a lot of like SM artists is like I need to get their comebacks. Shiny is technically the only one I'm like missing because obviously I think I technically only got EXO. Yeah, like honestly, like these pictures are neat. I don't really need to say much. Like I honestly just for 2 new songs, there's like 3 entire new photo shoots. Or 4. Yeah, I think this photo shoot or these like outfits are probably my favorite out of the entire um what set. I don't want to say set. Like yeah, I know it's pretty stereotypical of like when they do duos. It's like oh yeah, black and white because apparently those are the only 2 colors. We can't do red and blue. But I don't know what I'm saying. I feel like this set has the least pictures. Oh, now here are the lyrics. Oh my gosh, look. Just like Wonderland. They're putting them in paragraphs. Like, look, it's left aligned, it's separated. You can actually understand. Like, you can actually break it apart. And you don't have to struggle. I find this Jenga funny. And then the rest of these are just obviously the next 5 songs are from Bad or BAD, which that one has 3 versions, but then it's like again, as I said, I'm fine with just this version. There's what is your name is again like I said it's one of the funniest songs I've heard. Like the moment I heard it in Superstar, because obviously sadly that is how I've heard some majority of some songs because I am so behind. It's like like you think it will be just a I don't know what to describe, but like most of the time you think it will be well, it is sincere, but not like in the way it's like the Super Junior way. That's the thing I love. It's just like you when you listen to it, it's like, what is going on? Like, you can tell they were just doing whatever they want in the recording booth. And I was just looking through, like, yeah, it makes sense. Shin Dong wrote the lyrics. And Hook. Man, like, this song, please listen to it. It's one of the... It's amazing. So, I really do like this disc. That's just simply the cover. But, man, I love What Is Your Name? I can't express it. Okay, so... Wow! Specified! Oh, gosh. SMAD, woohoo! Code that you cannot use in SM Superstar SM anymore. Most likely, I think you got the limited. Wow, this sucks. Because then I could have actually gotten this theme. But, yeah, it already expired 6 months after the album release. Because this was 2020. Wait, we get 2 photo cards? Okay, so there's N-Hook and a unit card. So that's cool. So, is this my first actual proper Super Junior photo card? Because the Resistance, you have to get the individual versions to get them, which I still want the Hicho one. Someday. But, yeah. So that's cool. Equality. Because I got Donghae's for this thing, and then I got him for the back post. Is this supposed to be the poster? That's actually clever, man, to be honest. Nice equality. Even though I technically got less of N-Hook, but I used to pronounce his name as N-Hooky. Because that's what my sisters told me. Like, yeah, that's how his name is pronounced. I'm like, oh, okay. That's why with Super Junior, I'm so, like, I'm so afraid of pronouncing their names. Because I'm afraid I'm going to go back to, like, how I pronounced them when I was a lot younger. Like, Hicho was Hiko. And then, like, years later, my sister was like, oh yeah, did you know that his name is actually pronounced as Hicho? I'm like, no way. I'm going to pronounce it as Hiko. I don't know where I got that from, but... very glad to actually own another Super Junior album. I know I've said that a lot, but again, Super Junior is very endeared to me. I know that's technically controversial within, like, I guess, the newer gen, which is why I'm kind of like, man, it's kind of hard to be open about liking Super Junior when everyone wants to kill your guts for it. I'm like, oh well. I can't wait to get Countdown because, you know, it's... I only listened to both versions of Zero, which I'm impressed by the English version, to be honest, but I digress. That'll have to do. So, this is Power, and I'll leave it, people. Bye.